Hello everybody, and welcome to what is this? This is the episode of Mercenary Icons, and the fourth episode of the last movement of the Cyclade dance. And here we are on. Well, where are we, Tony? What happened last time we played?
Well, that's a very good question. Havima, can you remember? You should remember better than I can. I remember me and Havima went to see somebody in the infirmary who managed to blag our way in, who was looking in a bad way, something to do with the sickness with the dark between the stars.
Yes.
My notes from last time are terrible. Their stream of consciousness spread all over the place. And
Did I have this one? Zaki, you went to meet your contact from the Cold Flame, I believe.
Yes, and it gave me some information that the coordinate is with the owner of the inn,
the pub.
What his name? I forgot his name.
Is everybody seeing John?
No.
Not on YouTube. No.
I'm not seeing him on.
I'm seeing him on screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's appeared now.
Because
you're there now, John.
Okay.
That's strange.
Okay.
But still can't see him.
Who can't see him?
I can't see John.
I also can't see him.
That's no good.
Oh, I can see John.
I can see myself on YouTube. Yeah, that's weird.
Everybody hear John who can't see him?
Yeah, I can hear John fine. Just can't see him.
Well, worst comes to worst, we'll live with that, eh?
Yeah.
I have no idea why that's not
I'll
working.
make sure. I'll make sure to attempt at least to be audio descriptive as in terms of my facial expressions.
Okay, very good.
We're in for an excellent episode, aren't we? This is going to be a cracker.
It is going to be a cracker because I was determined today I would find some time to watch the last episode so I could remember what was going on, and I have not managed to do that. These are the things that I think I remember. Zaki, you went to meet the person in the market whose name I've temporarily forgotten. Don't worry, I'm into the GM. It doesn't really matter.
Zengurhut.
He was Zane, that was it, yeah.
Zane.
Zengurhut.
You had a conversation with him while Oshian Isapatha was keeping watch. Oshian, you noticed somebody else keeping watch.
That was it, yeah.
You texted Zaki. Zaki walked straight past you without acknowledging you. And I think that's kind of where we left it.
So Zane told Zaki about somebody called Anna who'd sold the coordinates of the salvage ship to the Free League. And then I can't remember whether it was late. Assuming it was after that. Zaki had hacked into some security cameras and saw that this Anna person had been killed at a warehouse in the spaceport.
Yes.
Yes.
And you saw somebody who some of you recognised
as Alam Shahood.
Yeah.
As we didn't see him do the murder, we did see him dumping the body.
And who recognises him? Havima and Oshian, I think, and you Yaqub.
And he's the Akbar for the stevedores here, isn't he?
He's the stevedore Akbar.
We saw him on
Havima
certainly hadn't met him, yeah.
Havima's the only character to actually have met him previously on Coriolis. I think I and Havima had said, "Oh, this guy's familiar. He was trying to recruit me for a riot." I think I and Havima had said, "Oh, this guy's familiar. He was trying." I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, sorry, you're hearing yourself because I was just checking. I can see you on YouTube myself. I don't know why some people can't, but forgive me.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Well, yeah, no, I just checked and I could see myself on Twitch and I could see myself on YouTube. So that StreamYard's not showing me is very strange. However, let's crack on. Havima met this guy, Alam Shahood. He was trying to recruit Havima for kicking off a riot, but that never happened. So Havima said to Oshian, to Yaqub, maybe even to Zaki and Ghazi, I can't remember, it was so long ago, hey, this guy's familiar. He tried to recruit me for this. He's a bad guy. But I think that's it.
I don't remember anything because Ghazi was in the Kazi having eaten some bad dates.
You were indeed.
Surely you could have found some more words rhyming with Arzi to put on the end of that sentence.
So
Could have done, couldn't
Yeah,
I?
just not trying.
it's okay for
What a
you
missed
to
opportunity
generally
that was.
repeat that about 20 times in the last session, Dave, but when Ghazi actually returns with Ghazi, he's not allowed to because that's an old joke. Is that what you're saying?
Plead
Yes.
the fifth.
Also, one information that Anna also sold the coordinates to the owner of the pub or the bar, Iluvan.
Vasarin.
Iluvasarin.
Ilus Vasarin, yeah. And he told me I can hack his tablet to extract this information.
So Iluvasarin, that was the person you met in the bar, Zaki, wasn't it, when you went to meet your contact
Yeah.
originally? Iluvasarin was actually the person you met.
Yeah,
right? Is that
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zayn
Yeah, that's
told me
right.
that he's playing all sides, so he sold it to the Free League. He also maybe he's one of the Nazarim Sacrifices agents, so he's playing all sides.
So Anna was one of the two survivors of the ship, the salvage ship that had gone missing,
Yes,
the
and
Dream
Yusuf-
Horizon. The other one was Yusef, who was still in the infirmary, and that was the one that Havima and I went to see. Havima managed to blag our way in, and we got in to see him. And he was in a bad way. He had no left arm or lower right leg. He had dark blotches on his skin and warped skin, which were interpreted as being the sickness of the dark between the stars. That's the last thing I wrote.
But he'd not been through a portal, which is what you'd normally
No.
do.
Exactly, yes. But as far as I know, he hadn't been through a portal awake.
Yes, no, he has not been through a portal, but you have indeed, the symptoms look very similar. I'm just reading. Sorry, I'm just being distracted by Andreas's remark that he'll try and find something positive to say about me next time to even things out.
Good luck with that one, Andreas. That's a tough task. That is.
Right, so that's me being distracted when I should be being the best GM, as I obviously am. So, can we introduce? Well, no, I guess we're going to. Paul is up here in the corner. Say hello, Paul, up there in the
Hello.
corner. And your
Hello
new
from up
guy,
here in the corner.
we're not going to introduce your character until an appropriate time.
Yeah,
Remind
I'm
me in the next
happy to
couple of
listen.
hours to do that.
We'll introduce Cade when we need to beat him up for his starting money and then kill him. So,
Excellent.
that's what we do with new characters, isn't it? Isn't that the plan?
That'd be
Take
quite
their-
good because
take-
I'm a pauper.
Take their lunch money in the last 5
Now,
minutes of the session.
I think we're going to return to you, Oshian. I think we left the action with Zaki walking past you. And interestingly, you were watching to see how this watcher reacted. That person did not follow Zaki, but is still staying watching the market stall of Zane.
Yeah. Has Ghazi left the Kazi and joined me again now?
So it's all right for you to make the joke again.
Yes, it is. It is
Yeah.
absolutely appropriate for me to make the joke. That's fine. And I shall make it as many times as I can tonight.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Yeah, just for the larks, because it's funny.
It's our podcast.
If we can't fuck it up, who can? Eh? You know?
Fair.
Right. So is Ghazi back with me?
I think
I
that's
imagine
you
so.
to answer Ghazi rather than me.
Yes, I imagine I am. Come stumbling from out of the toilet, clutching my stomach, maybe. sorry. I'm feeling much better now.
Surely after all that time you feel better, Ghazi. It's been weeks.
It's been like about a month you've been there.
That was one bad date. That was really.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's going on then?
So I shall fill Ghazi in. Okay. Zaki has been led a little bit of a dance. He was sent to meet his contact, and the contact he met in the bar at the was the wrong man. So he's possibly broken his his kind of regulations to actually go and find his actual contact, which he went into this place here. We listened in, or I listened in on a communicator, and I don't exactly remember what was said, but I know it wasn't anything that I was particularly worried about and didn't make me doubt Zaki's loyalty, or that he was doing something really weird.
Zaki, do you want to remind Dave what he heard and
he told me
and the audience?
Yes,
Should have
you
made
trust the crew that you are with, and what you will decide to. Are you sure what their intention to do with the weapon? I told them they have the same intention. We need to destroy it, and my mission. I said no. Your mission is not to destroy it, but if we can keep the destruction as last resort, we need to get it for study.
Yeah,
we have a heated discussion that this is very major to be studied. This will corrupt men, and probably the best solution is to destroy it.
Yep. I remember now. Thank you. So yeah,
he also mentioned that there was meant to be a Cold Flame strike team coming to be that act of last resort and destroy it. But they are delayed and have not yet arrived. So he was saying it's up to you and this team now to do something. Havima, you have a question?
No, I'm just saying I'm going to be 1.5 minutes. I'm just going to go do something. But carry on.
That's okay. No problem. Okay. At some point, I'm going to take 30 seconds to go get my gin, which I foolishly left in the kitchen. But in the meantime, let's carry on. Since I'm the GM, I can't.
If you were such a good GM, you could then set up a player conversation about something that would give you time to go to.
I will. That's the plan. That is the plan, but it's not now.
So anyway, Ghazi, what Zaki said, is what we heard. That the Cold Flame want the weapon for themselves. If they can't have it, it mustn't fall into other people's hands and therefore should be destroyed. Whilst he was inside, I noticed that this fellow over here, don't look, but have a look in a moment, has also been watching the tent or the marquee where this conversation was happening. So I've told Zaki to ignore us and just leave so we can observe what this guy does. And at the moment, he's continuing to watch the marquee, possibly the Cold Flame contact of Zaki. This Zane fellow is his target rather than Zaki for whatever reason, whether it's a kill target or a watch what he does target. He obviously hasn't followed Zaki though, so he's not. So that's a good thing.
I just got one question.
Where's the Ghazi?
If
sorry,
yeah, last
one. I won't mention it again.
If we're destroying this weapon, if we find it, where's the profit?
Are we destroying this weapon between you and me?
Well,
We don't even know what it is. We don't even know if it
what I'm getting
exists yet.
But if Zaki wants it destroyed,
well, I think we as a group acquire the weapon, and then make a decision about it. Then we might fail to acquire it. Take your earphones off, Zaki.
Zaki's not hearing any of this.
No. As a group, we need to secure the weapon first, and then we decide what to do with it. Everything else is moot until we do that, isn't it?
agreed.
It might be a total red herring, wild goose chase that we're on.
So long as we see eye to eye, and if Zaki gets in the way, I mean, he's good friend and everything. We've been through some stuff together, but I've got to make some money, haven't I? Got to make some credits. So
you haven't got to make any credits at all, Neil. You've got to make Burr.
Sorry, Burr. That's right. I've got to make Burr.
Yeah, what are these credits of which you speak?
Yeah, just.
I don't know, better than Burr.
We're not in the bloody third Imperium of Traveller, mate.
Sorry, wrong game.
For the moment, let's not worry about that. Let's find the damn thing first, and then we can have this conversation.
Agreed.
And it might be there's profit that we can make out of it, and still let Zaki have it. Maybe the Cold Flame can buy it off us. Perhaps.
Expect they've got a few Burr to rub together.
You'd think. But anyway, so are you any good at like observation and infiltration? Are you any good at sneaking around?
I have been known to be a bit sneaky.
Good. Because we might need to do that if we carry on watching this guy, which I think we probably ought to, unless we've got somewhere else we ought to go. I think we ought to watch this guy for a bit longer.
Sounds sensible.
Cool. Order another round of tea for our little table on the street.
Excellent. So
settles the stomach, doesn't it?
Yeah, mint tea. That's good.
Yeah, you get yourself a mint tea. Sage tea is very good as well if you've got a sore throat from all that throwing up you've been doing, but I don't know. So as you watch, you see Zane eventually closing up his stall, saying goodbyes to some of his neighbouring stall holders who are still around.
I want to be in a position where I can move quickly. So I kind of imagine we're on maybe some sort of high kind of bar, stoolish kind of thing on a nice high table in a
I'm guessing so.
Outside. So I want to have my ass on the chair, but be actually in a position so I can move very quickly if this guy draws a weapon or something.
Okay. When you're seeing this and getting alert, you're noticing this guy is also getting alert as well. And then as Zane heads off out of the area of the market, this chap gets up and follows him at a discreet distance.
And I think we should do the same. Do you agree, Ghazi?
Yep. Yeah, see what's going on.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I should come back to the map here. That's another thing I haven't set up. Give me a moment. Oh, yeah, where's the map? It's not here. I'm sure it's here, but I think I have to. There we go. I have to make it not full screen. Then come back here, then select it. And share it. And then make it full screen. So can you see that map?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
indeed.
Good admit, I can't remember where we are. Give me a moment. So you are in the area marked H3 up here, which is the Souk of the Founders.
Yep.
And you see Zaki climbing.
Zaki?
Not Zaki, sorry.
Zane.
Zane. Sort of ascending through the various tunnels and corridors up from H3 here to the upper levels and kind of going along this corridor here.
We can't see your cursor. I can't anyway, Matthew.
No, I
Right,
can't.
that's what I have to remember.
Wrong map.
Wrong map. Give me a moment.
I love the way to give you a sense of scale. The map's conveniently divided into squares of 32 meters. That's very handy. That.
Perfect round number.
Yeah.
It's entirely appropriate in base.
Yeah.
Base, whatever.
Anyway, so they're walking
It's
along.
binary, isn't it? You know, it's a 32-bit and all that.
This central spine is quite base 8. You're right, Novel. It must be. It must be base 8. Anyway, here we are. He's walking along this corridor here, which is quite busy and quite crowded, and it's got flow to and from. But a lot of the locals are kind of heading in the same direction as Zane, and of course the person who is following Zane. Towards the bow of this old ship. Remember, this station, Massa here, is an old battleship that's been much modified and other ships added to it to make a station. But essentially, it's got a kind of space naval architecture. And he, at some point, getting towards this end, he passes a couple of the night hounds. So does the person following him. But as you approach, they step in your way.
So are they heading to Neandra's eyes then, do we think, by the direction of travel? Have they passed
No,
the stairs?
Neander's eyes are this bit down here, so they've gone past that. They're heading to this bit here.
No, it's the heading towards the pockets. That's where the posh people live, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's where the, shall I say, the natives live. The people who are residents on Massa here as opposed to visitors.
Before we actually get to the guards, we obviously see them presumably checking, Zane and then this other guy going through. They don't really particularly check. They kind of recognise them, right?
But
because they live there.
Yeah, you can see them obviously, kind of filtering some people through. You see an obvious foreigner turned away.
Yeah. So I'm not inclined, unless you disagree, Ghazi, to push this. I think we just allow them to turn us back, as if we're just kind of tourists. And we're
claim ignorance and
exploring the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Just looking for the Kalzi.
Another one. It's always good to know where they are in case of emergencies.
Yeah.
Yes, they say we've had reports of you causing plumbing issues right across Basahir Station. No, they don't say that. They turn you away, and they say very politely and not at all aggressively. They say the pockets are for confirmed residents only, and not for almost said the likes of you, but then kind of turns it around and says not for visitors to the station.
Completely understand. Had no intention of intruding. Thank you for your guidance. I think head back and let Zaki know that his mate was being followed.
Yeah.
Right, and where are you all meeting? I can't remember what we said, whether the ship or I think
I'm going back to the ship.
Havima had taken lodgings.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is your rendezvous point?
Me, the ship, of course. I'm low on beer, so I probably crash with the capybara.
Only if Hammy says yes, you know.
Yeah, have you checked with the capybara that he's happy with that?
He's very particular about his arboretum, you know, Zaki. So I think we probably are in communication because Yaqub, you're with Havima, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you staying with? So I think we can be in communication at least, so we can then arrange to meet somewhere if we need to. Probably doesn't hurt to have a couple of us posted on the base and the rest of us out of the ship. Particularly if Havima's paying for it, Yaqub.
Oh, I hope he is. Oh, because I'm posing as Havima's lackey, so.
I think this might be a good idea, a good moment to introduce Paul. Paul, briefly, to come out of character and just say who you are and a little bit about your character.
I'm playing Cade Gissar. I am a preacher of the Circle of Seekers, an actual seeker, and general do good across the Third Horizon. I'm a aesthetic. So I basically walk around with no cash and just make people talismans. Late 50s, early 60s. Smiling face.
What has brought you to Masahir Station?
I was brought here because the icons wish me to be here.
Okay, I'm gonna build on that a little bit for you. You have at some point in the past met Havima. Havima was very interested. He came to you talking about architecture, particularly some of the architecture of ancient pyramidal Circle of Seeker temples on Mirror.
In Mirror.
So you'd met him,
right?
Sorry.
Cool.
Cool. But more recently, because you're from Mirror, aren't you?
Yeah, Mirror C.
Yeah. So more recently, you were given. I'm not going to. Don't everybody else close your ears here. You're not all meant to know this. Only people that listen to our podcast know this. The Circle of Seekers have a very powerful communication network across the horizon that they keep generally secret from everybody else. So often you talk about the icons directing you, but sometimes it's messages that you've received through the gardens of the Seekers, right across the horizon. Now these are kind of relayed sometimes, so you don't know necessarily who the message is from, but you were instructed to meet Havima, who was on their way at the time to Masahir Station, because the circles had the circle had recognized that he has an important part to play in the current crisis, and you are to support him. He's not a seeker himself, but he has capabilities that you must nurture and direct, particularly, you are told, on Masahir Station.
Right. Okay.
So now I'll let you, while I go and find my gin and talk to my recording wife, I will let you explain that to Havima and Yaqub when you knock on the door of his lodgings.
Okay.
Just before you go and grab your gin, were we not? We didn't do anything further in the med lab with.
I think you'd returned
Yusuf?
to the med lab.
Oh, we had finished, and we
Did we get any
think so.
information from? So we saw that he was in a bad way. Was he in too bad a way for us to talk to him? Were we not able to get any? Because I think we were there. We were going there to try and get information about the location of the missing
I thought you'd
ship.
talked to him already,
Not-
but in
not
the
one
absence
who would give
of
me a gin.
in the absence of whether me actually watching the last episode and remembering what he said, you do talk to him, but he is very reluctant to talk. He has no idea. If you ask about Anna, he claims all ignorance of where Anna is. If you talk about the location that they ask about the location where they found this vessel that seems to have turned everybody mad, he refuses to give up that location and says, and you've heard him say this before, only darkness await those who seek the warped battleship.
Yeah.
Ab Fasid and I won't lead any more people to their deaths. And he is adamant on that.
Cool, thank you. Go get your gin. Wait, wasn't there 6 of us?
There was. I think we've lost.
Neil's backstage, waiting for Matt to come back. It's fine. Carry on.
Oh, okay.
Was that a knock at the door, Havima?
Why, Yaqub?
It was. Listen,
please.
In public, fine, Havima. Not in private.
Fetch.
In the lodgings. All right, I'll go and open the door.
Fetch
yes,
the
hello.
Door, please.
Fetch the door. Are you sure? Here you go.
Hello.
You'd better make the explanation you're about to make exceptionally good.
You said get the door.
Not good enough. You're fired. Sorry, Blackadder quote of the evening. Sorry, I'll step out of the way again now.
Greetings.
Yes, good evening. Havima. Do you know Havima? Okay,
Yes.
I guess. Yeah, just giving away that Havima probably is here. And I'll go and, and can I take your name? I'll go and inform Cade. If you just wait here for a moment, I'll go and inform Havima that you've arrived. I'll shut the door.
What?
I'll go and tell Havima. Do you know someone called Cade? Some sort of. He looks like some sort of ascetic. I don't know.
He was wearing basically a kasula, which is like the priest robes. Like braces, and a chain, a rope, like a corded rope around his waist with knots in
lieu of a
and a tabula basically hanging, wrapped in sort of like leather, with sort of it's like scriptures on pieces of like cloth hanging off the tabula.
Well, I shall describe this to Havima. So, do you know this person?
Yes, Kate. Brent. Let's. I won't say. Oh, yes, send him in. I'll come to the door. We won't keep this going. You won't be a middleman. It's fine. Havima comes to the door. And if I am showing up as black screen for anyone,
No, I can see you.
No, I can see you now.
Yeah, okay. It's just a bit of a bumpy hiccup at the beginning. I mean, I'm describing my character anyway. I'm not describing my own face. So, Havima gets up, comes to the door, and greets Cade. Cade, so good to see you. What brings you here, friend?
Well, the icons have led me to your door. I'm here to assist you in any of your current escapades and quests that you.
Did the icons give you your address? Slightly more specific information than they normally give out, I would have thought.
No, merely that you're on the Masahari station. A courtesan of Havima's status is not difficult to track on such a station such as this.
I do have a tendency of dropping my name like James Bond does, doesn't it?
Yes, I am undercover. My name's Havima.
Yes. I never actually gave Havima a last name, so I can't even make that. I can't even do the last name, first name, last name. Yeah, please, Kate, come on in.
Thank you.
Let's get you a drink. Yaqub, this is Kate.
Pleased to meet you, Yaqub.
An aesthetic of the Circle of Seekers. You may recall our escapade, as Kate put it, our escapade back on Kua.
Escapade. That's a good word to describe it. Yes.
Yes. Since that time, I have been. I've spent a fair bit of the last cycle, these segments, making new friends, connections around the horizon, and learning a lot about the mystics, about the history of the third horizon, the first and second horizon as well. And Cade has been very helpful in the past with some of this as well. So that's a little bit about history.
Fine. Any friend of
knowledge is key to enlightenment.
Yes, I'll say any friend of Havima's is welcome then. So do you have, forgive me for asking, do you have mystic abilities?
I have
the rumours about the Circle of the Seekers suggest that
I am gifted by the icons. The icons lead me places.
That's a yes, Yaqub. That's a yes, Yaqub, Havima says. Being like, although I think his are somewhat different to mine. Such is the way of the mystics, or the blessings of the icons, as Cade would put it.
Yes.
So for what purpose do you think the icons have brought you here then, Cade?
There is a darkness between the stars. It grows. Everyone can see the signs of corruption throughout the whole of the third horizon. I go where the icons lead me. The icons have led me here to Havima to help. We must all fight against the corruption that has bled here.
Can I just point out, Paul, are you sure you haven't read this adventure?
I haven't read the adventure.
Okay. Well, you're doing very well.
Touching some nerves.
You're
I'm
making
just
this
trying
up
to
on the
be,
spot.
I'm
You're
just trying
doing
to be
very well
enigmatic.
indeed.
You are touching some nerves. It's very good. Yeah, so we'll have a bit of a catch up and natter over some tea and some dates.
Yeah, I'm sure they're in-date dates.
Yes.
At which point, I imagine Zaki will return first from the away team. So, Zaki, do you want to make your entrance?
There isn't Zaki going to the ship.
Are you going to the ship, Zaki?
Yeah, I'm going
Like
to
all
the
three of us are, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Maybe we should go to the ship and catch up with Oshian and Zaki and Ghazi and see if they've discovered anything.
Yeah.
It's safe.
Would you allow me to accompany you?
No, you say it. No, come on.
No, sort of. Of course, if no, as I say, I have no objection. So any friend of Havima's is welcome, as far as I'm concerned.
More.
Right. Shall we
more
cut
bodies.
to the turning up at the ship then?
Yes.
Yep, we'll turn up. We'll introduce Cade.
And so Zaki, of course, arrived first because he didn't go off following his erstwhile colleague in the Cold Flame. He had no idea where Oshian and Ghazi have got to, but eventually they turn up. In the meantime, he, I guess, makes sure that Hammy, the capybara, has got decent food and water, and sweeps out a bit of Hammy's environment in the arboretum, and then Oshian and Ghazi turn up. Do you guys want to have a bit of a chat before the others turn up?
Yes, for sure. I didn't understand the message, so I told him what happened. Why you send me this message?
You and or your friend, it looks like your friend probably, were under surveillance from somebody else. And so I wanted to see their reaction when you left and then follow them. Now, they didn't react at all when you left, but they did follow Zane. And they followed Zane all the way back to the entrance to the pockets, where we then couldn't go through. But he did go through. So he is obviously a resident following Zane. You might wish to warn him if you have secure communications with him.
I don't know if it's secured anymore after Elu sent the message, but I will send it anyway, even if it's intercepted. A fair warning would be good. So thank you for telling me that. And I sent to Zane a message.
I'll give Zaki a good description of the guy as well, because we were observing him for some time.
There is no response from Zane, Zaki, when you send that message.
Oh, I send the message, but
is that unusual? Would you normally get a confirmation that the message was
I didn't
received?
know the guy, to be honest, but just send me the mission details, and that's it.
I mean, to be honest, he's never met him before. He doesn't know what he's like personally. But I'm guessing Zaki are using a kind of encrypted channel and, with code words and handshake algorithms that are created by the Cold Flame. And I guess you may consider it to be kind of unusual that he hasn't at least acknowledged receipt.
Okay.
What enemies of the Cold Flame might be here, Zaki?
Probably the Nazarenes, of course. And
the Cold Flame, remember, are part of the Order of the Pariah. The Order of the Pariah are throughout anywhere where the consortium or the Zenithians have any sort of power, are being regarded very much as aggressors and enemies at this point. So I think I'd given you something in his description to say that this man looked like a Zenithian, whether his hegemony So you might consider him you, Oshian, might consider him potentially a friend of your employers and yet an enemy of the
Cold Flame.
Of the Cold Flame.
Or of the Order of the Pariah.
Yeah, but then again, Zane wasn't obviously a member of the Order of the Pariah.
No. And also, I mean, he can look after himself, so I'm not sure. I'm sure it's just that he's, having a nice massage, or he's gone to a nice hammam somewhere and is enjoying himself in the steam.
Maybe he had some of those bad dates.
I don't know.
Quite possible.
I guess
they go round.
And to just iterate
That's
what you
not
told me.
featuring all the terrible things happening on the station. I don't remember.
Having a bad date is not amongst them.
Rotten dates and terrible stomach upset being part of the whole thing. Let me make sure. I can't.
I've had a lot of bad dates, but they usually result in a slap rather than going to the toilet.
That's just for you, Dave. Just for you. And it's just from me.
It's not so much the darkness between the stars as it is the mildness between the stars.
It's we're podcasting partners, Dave. We should keep our relationship entirely professional. I keep telling you.
I have. Okay. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Sorry, Matthew's losing his mind. It's because he's so old. So I'm not suggesting. I suggest, Zaki, that this guy has looked after himself for a very long time. You probably shouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, I know we are mission critical, so I guess we need to just. I need to visit the bar and try to extract the information for the coordinates of where the ship were, and their mission details, because Anna sold it to Ilu also.
Who did she sell it to? Remind me. The guy in the bar.
Yeah, Ilu Vasarin.
Vasarin.
I'm not sure whether that's exactly what Zane said.
Yeah,
He sold it to the Vasarin, who are the humanites that.
Oh, the clan.
The clan, yeah.
Oh,
Not necessarily to Ilu Vasarin.
Ah.
I think he mentioned the Free League as people that she'd sold it.
I also wrote down that he sold it to the Free League and Ilu Vasarin.
All right. Maybe Ilu Vasarin was part of that, yeah.
Are there obvious Vasarin or Free League kind of explorer ships here that if they were going after this, they would be rapidly supplying for a mission?
Sorry, say that question again.
Is there, on the base, is there obviously a Vasarin obvious explorer ship that would go and take on a mission like this? And similarly, for the Free League, is there an obvious ship that would be fitted out for this kind of mission? Should they have the coordinates and the wherewithal to do it? And can we then get Zaki to hack in and find out what's going on with those ships?
I don't think there's anything obvious. Now, Free League obviously don't have their own ships, but they are a network of free captains. I reckon potentially Zaki could do quite a difficult data spider thing to see whether there's unusual traffic among the communications with all those Free League ships, to see if he can identify one that might be hurrying away on a mission.
Preparing for some kind of mission, yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth a try, Zaki.
Okay.
I can't help you. I don't know if Ghazi can. With
I think it'd be -2 in terms of dice, exactly.
Are we back yet? Because if we are, I could help with Dosjin.
Shall we make an appearance then? Actually, and you come back to the
Hold
ship
on,
with
Zaki.
your
Yaqub can
extra
help. He's
guest.
just coming through the front door.
Yeah, there he is now. Well, I'll probably message you to say we're on our way back to the ship, actually.
Yeah, okay.
So you probably do know that we're coming.
There's some strange new associate that we've never met before, but strangely we are automatically taking into our confidence.
Well, Havima's vouched for him.
In that way that happens in role-playing games.
Yeah, I know.
I've never met you before, but you're a PC, so I'm just going
yeah,
to interact with you.
That's not how Dave operates generally. Have you not played games with Dave before? He's very much of the give me a reason to trust you.
I'm a role player after all.
You're
And
Miran,
also,
right?
he's been shat on by at least 3 guest stars.
That is true.
Makes you a bit paranoid.
But believe me, I'm not communicating in secret with Paul at all.
It was all done beforehand, wasn't it?
No, but I have thought of some splendid stuff I'm going to communicate with him afterwards. But that's for another time.
That's nothing to do with Coriolis, is it? That's entirely.
No. That is to do with this adventure. But let's move on.
Okay.
Forget I even said it.
So,
I think you can get a die of help from Yaqub then, Zaki.
okay, die of help. And -2, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Matthew?
so-
One of your players is
-2,
asking a question.
If you were the best GM, you'd hear that straight away, not have to be reminded by one of your players.
Yeah, but I'm also a deaf GM.
Oh, that was it. You are the deaf GM, not the best GM. Okay.
Okay. Only one success. I will.
This
Push
could
it.
be this could be the key to finding out where we've got to go, possibly.
So
Couldn't
push
it?
it,
Yeah.
and I already had prayer, so 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, another 2 successes.
Cool.
So 3 in total.
Okay. So you're noticing there's quite a lot of scuttlebutt around a captain called Sajina Kuri, who seems to be asking for things, yeah, pretty normal supplies, but relatively urgently wanting them outfitted.
What can we glean about her ship from that 3 successes on the data gen roll?
Her ship is the Pearl Azure, and
Scale, weapon systems, speed, that kind of thing, engine systems.
It's built by Microsoft, so it's not going to be that good.
It's going to crash, and then it'll be like.
of course, I have no stats at all for the Pearl Azure, but let's just assume it is a Class 3 salvage vessel.
Okay. Has it got any weaponry?
Nothing significant. She may be able to use some of her cutting lasers and things like that.
Salvages are normally Class 4.
Sorry?
Salvage
Okay.
ships are normally Class 4.
Don't
A
make it
standard
big.
Class 4 salvage ship, shall we say that?
I'm really glad Paul came along today and made our enemy ship bigger and more dangerous. Seeing we've got no weapons at all on our ship.
Default.
And yours is a class 2, right? Isn't it?
No,
No,
Class 3.
3.
Oh, okay.
Class 3 courier ship that's a stately courier ship. So it's quite slow and it's got no guns.
Excellent.
It's a really
That's the
crappy
way I
courier
roll.
ship because it's quite slow. I mean,
But it's
courier
a state.
ships
It
generally
arrives.
quite
It arrives.
fast, but
It
not
arrives
days.
in state. It doesn't. You know.
It arrives in a state.
Exactly when it means to. Yeah, exactly.
It
It's
travels
all
at the speed of story.
Yes, so it seems. Unless, of course, one of my NPC or my friendly PC colleagues shoots it down with a rocket launcher.
Right, they're not in this adventure, Dave. Just let it go.
It's difficult to let it go when we invite all these lovely people on. All they do is blow me up.
I just realised the comment. Sorry, this for our audience watching who are infinitely small. I should say this conversation you were having about the first adventure in the Colonial Marines Operation Manual with our patron and friend who was saying, "How do I run this adventure?" I thought, hold on, you're meant to get shot down, so you have to trek through a jungle. I thought, I've seen that before somewhere.
Yes, it was shit then, and it's still shit now. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, carry on. Yes.
Does Sadina has any connection with Anna? Can I retrieve if they were?
Yeah, good idea.
Ooh. How are you going to find that out?
Maybe I don't know if they serves together. They
Some kind of service record or something, perhaps, or crew manifests, maybe. Were they on the same? Were they on the
probably
same
crew
crew?
manifest.
No, they weren't. But you're so close. I'm going to give it to you for your three
What
extra successes. Because you're interested in Ilu Vesarin, you find some videographic records covering his place. And you do indeed see this woman that you can identify as Sajina Kuri entering his bar, and some minutes later, the woman known as Anna, this is all historical, of course, because Anna's now dead. But before she died, apparently she and Sajina were at the bar together. There were no cameras inside the bar. You don't know whether they met.
Which bar, sorry? The
Elos.
Iluvasarin's bar.
Vasarin's bar.
Iluvasarin's Wada al-Nuji Cantina.
So we don't know whether they were talking to Vasarin or not, or whether this was just a place to meet, like we did.
I have nothing else. This is the best that I could.
I will
That's
point
very
out
good,
that
Zaki. Very good.
Anna wasn't going on her own. She was being escorted there, not in an aggressive way, but being guided there by a couple of other individuals.
Do we recognise either of those? From
No,
the
you
footage?
don't recognise them at all.
Not the guy
You
following Zayn.
you and Ghazi may have seen them in the bar when you were there.
Okay.
But you could say that for half the residents of the station, possibly.
Would we have? Okay, we'd recognise them again.
Well, now you're looking at the
It's all
video, and yeah, you could probably recognise them again.
Do we have any sense of when the Pearl Azure is scheduled to depart?
Well, judging by her eagerness to get the various supplies she needs, any moment now.
Does she need any crew members or so?
That isn't a request that she's had, no.
Does she need some kind of port authority permission to leave?
No.
No, okay.
Well, I mean,
we can't hack in and
nominally,
deny
yes,
it. Then.
but nothing that you think you can stick your oar in.
From Zaki's success, can we get a readout on the transponder so we can track it?
You want everything you do. I've just given you a meeting at the bar where you weren't even looking out of Zaki's success. Tell you
No,
what, make another roll, Zaki.
Yeah, it was -9 difficulties or
No, straight roll.
Minus piss off Dave difficulties. So yes.
okay. Can Yaqub assist?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
With 8 dice because Matthew's not listening.
Oh.
Yeah, so 7 successes. Well done, Mohammed. That was great.
How did you do, Zaki?
0.
Push it. Push it.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this one. Getting 0, what you notice about... You got a link. You did get a transponder code for the Pearl Azure, but then it changed. And then it changed again. And you notice it's obviously got some sort of transponder that used for smuggling activities or something like that.
Is it
And
cycling?
it's going to be really hard to track.
Is it cycling through separate ones, or is it scrambling a totally fresh signal each time?
It looks to be a totally fresh, randomly assigned transponder code every few minutes. It means you can follow her, but it will be at -3 on sensor ops.
That's Zaki's job.
So sensor ops is that data gin again?
Yeah,
it's the cargo door once more. It's the cargo door once more.
So
would you want a blessing before you do this?
Sure.
I take it we've been introduced to Cade now.
I assume.
Who's this mad old priest saying, "Do you want a blessing?"
Blessing.
She was going, what are you doing?
I've just introduced you.
So if you're Havima's talisman maker, just crack on, make some talismans. That would be great.
I will pass the talisman across to Zaki.
Another thought: if they are still gathering supplies, is there something we could put a beacon into and get it on board their ship to make it easier to follow? What supplies are they still calling for? Could we possibly go and provide it?
Good
I
idea.
think they've probably got everything now. In fact, I think...
Do they need a capybara as mascot?
No, they have not asked for a capybara among all their essential supplies.
Well, they haven't asked it 'cause they don't know they want it. But once we once we mention it, they will want a capybara mascot, surely.
That does mean finding a Mrs. Hammy and getting them to quickly, reproduce and then inserting a beacon in.
Well, no, we'll have to send Hammy in as our agent. Obviously, yeah, we would have to get him to swallow some sort of beacon
Swallow
first, or ingesting by some means.
Guess again.
It's a pity we haven't got more viewers. This is comedy gold, isn't it? After all.
Maybe.
Yes.
The viewers will come later. Don't worry. Actually, I am going to say that this transponder cycling, you're actually, as far as you're able to track it, does seem to be leaving the station. So she's on her way.
We need to go.
Are we going to try and go after her? Because she's been talking to Anna. She may well have the coordinates of.
It seems likely.
We are on the ship, so.
Yeah, are we following them?
Why
Give it a
not?
go. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's power up the Nijara then.
Yeah. Sorry, Kay. Do you fancy going for a little trip? They've just come on the ship, and now we're just taking off and flying away.
I'm happy to go wherever the icons lead me.
You're Miran,
Every
right?
journey begins with a single step.
You're from Mira.
Hang on, let's shoot him already. Anyone these little platitudes is just like.
Yeah, you're from Mira. Do you recognise Zaki?
You
I'm
wait until
Mira.
you see his talismans.
Mirror C.
Talismans. They're
Mira
all
C.
very short A4 posters with a sunset and a nice slogan on.
Yep, definitely.
Excellent.
Picture of a kitten on a line.
I have a list I'm ticking off.
Okay, cool. Let's go then.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna make it a little bit difficult for you. Could you do a? I'm gonna call it's you. You're finding a flight plan, getting permission to leave, all that sort of stuff. But it's all wrapped up in a single pilot role.
Okay.
Could I help?
I don't know. Can you fly a ship?
Yeah, I've been practicing. Yeah.
Go ahead then. Give him a dice.
Yep. Okay.
And you others watch, standing around like gawky passengers as the two
I'll
experienced.
start making
crewmen.
another talisman.
Yeah, be
Excellent.
quick. I might need it.
Yeah, you might want to strap yourselves in, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
6
don't know how
hours.
long it
but-
takes to make a talisman.
6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
Okay, so I've got 2 successes on my piloting roll.
2 successes. Okay. Yeah. You're away with no problems at all. But Zaki, I need you to make that tracking roll before you lose contact with the ash belt. So I
Zaki, you've got
remember, Dave, that you've got some information about where they were found. So if you do lose them, you've got a vague idea in the ash belt.
Yes, we had a
Head
sense
into.
of where it is, although it's quite a big area to cover. But yeah. Okay, well, let's not lose them if we can avoid it. But otherwise, we might be able to pick them up again if we end up in the right place. Even if we do lose them, we might be able to pick them up.
Matt, would I be able to find her? Have I seen her enough to be able to find her?
Who? With what power?
Clairvoyance.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's see whether Zaki can do it.
Yeah. I don't want to give you darkness points for no reason.
Okay, so
He's got
Yeah,
loads
believe
anyway.
me,
He's got
I don't
so
need
many.
darkness points. I haven't spent any in bloody weeks.
It's the best way.
I'm getting the assist
Save
from
for big
Tony.
fights.
I'm getting the assist from Yaqub.
And you get 1 dice from me from the talisman.
Okay. So 10 dice from me. And only 1 success. Scheiße. Shall I push it also?
One
Might
success
as
is
well.
a success. It might be enough to hang on. I don't know. Let's
No,
maybe
push
not.
it.
Maybe,
Got 1 success.
maybe push it. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so extra 2.
Thank you for the black burr.
Come on. Additional 2, so total 3.
Okay, excellent.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
you do manage to stay track, but I'm going to spend some of these darkness points now. You reminded me that I have darkness points. Can I get any one of you, to roll a d6 for me?
Don't mind who. Go on. Anyone?
I don't actually have dice with me, so I was going to.
Okay, I've
Paul.
got a
Roll it,
Coriolis
yeah.
dice. 5.
5. Okay. That's 3 darkness points I'm spending.
Oy, oy, oy.
Don't like the sound of that.
On the course that you're headed, the instruments are getting weird.
This is the ash belt, isn't it?
Somebody make a science roll.
I was thinking about taking science, but I didn't last
I
time.
can do a bit of science. Anyone else?
Yeah,
know any
that's fine.
science? How much science?
In total 4.
Okay. I've got 6. So maybe can you help? Shall
I
I do it and you help me?
6 with a die of help from Ghazi. 7. Yeah.
1 success.
1 success. That's enough to tell you you've not really seen this before, so you don't know much about it. But it's what's referred to in the manuals as an EM storm.
Can I navigate around it?
Well, you have something else you must do. Now you're kind of heading into it now.
Is this like the Mutaria Nebula?
Can you, somebody with engineering or technology, I mean?
I have technology.
Okay. Dave, you're noticing that the reactor is affected by this and is kind of overpowering and will work an emergency shutdown unless somebody can pass technology at -2.
Can I give him a die of help? Because I'm quite good at technology.
Okay, give him a die of help.
So
I've got 7 in technology.
Okay, so I guess the other way around. I have 7 also.
I know you go then.
Can I give help as well? Can more than one person help?
Up to 3 people can help, a die each.
I also have technology.
How long has this been until we hit the storm? Is it after 6
Well,
hours?
you're in it right now. It's whipped up
After
around you.
leaving the station?
Shortly
Correct,
after leaving
yeah.
the station.
Shortly.
Shortly
Okay,
after. So not actually out of the station into an EM storm. I think there would have been a bit of a warning about that. No, because you're
But
following
it's
the
not
ship.
enough time to make a talisman, though.
Are you desperately whittling, are you there, Paul?
I think this isn't
Yeah.
this isn't 6 hours away. No, it's probably
just
only 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm rolling bad today. Should you go Oshian or?
Oshian's piloting. He can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've got to
it's fair that
roll,
you do
Zaki.
it.
You've got to roll. You've got the 2, 3 extra points.
I
Well,
never
minus-
prayed. I don't pray, but
So how many people are helping, Zaki?
Yep.
2, so I'm getting
2.
an extra die. Yeah, so 1 success.
1 success. Okay. I think you've just about managed the reactor system through the storm.
If you break my ship, Zaki, I'm going to be very upset.
I know. Through the cargo door again. Through the cargo bay again. I know the drill.
We practice it, don't we? It's like a fire drill. Just in case I've got to chuck you out. Come on, let's do it again.
Okay.
Good work. Well done. Well done, chaps.
Now, around the vessel, around the station are a number of kind of marker buoys known as sensor buoys or sensor buoys to our American viewers. As you head into the ash belt, you pass the last of these sensor buoys. So now all your rolls are about navigation and maneuvering are at -1 because you haven't got that useful aid there. But you still have a signal from the rotating transponder of the Pearl Azure. Do you want to follow it?
Think so, yep.
Okay. I'm going to get you to make another pilot roll, but this time at -1.
And I can get Yaqub's help again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep. Do I get any bonus for the vessel for any of this?
No. I think this is...
Don't think I do, no. Okay. It's a shit ship. It's really slow. It's got no weapons. What the hell are we doing with it? Okay, I got 1 success on 6 dice.
1 success is all you need to follow her. Can I get somebody to do sensor ops for me? But this is going to be at -3.
Yeah.
What does sensor ops involve?
Data gen.
Data gen again.
I don't have it. No.
It's Zaki, isn't it? You're our man.
Yeah, I can help as well. I can help.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Zaki's skill's better than yours, Yaqub's.
I have 7 dice on data gen.
8.
Yeah.
Nine.
Apparently, that wasn't just a D.
By the icons. 2 successes.
Hey. This ash belt is really easy, isn't it? What's everybody worrying about?
It's this.
2 successes. Okay, there's a sensor ops. You've got a vague idea of where the Pearl Azure is. You are for 2 successes. You notice there seems to be a ship with some sort of stealth technology shadowing the Pearl Azure.
They are being followed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is this a butterfly ship?
Between you and them, I don't think it's a butterfly ship. No.
Okay. I'm going to advise everyone to don a compression suit, just in case.
Excellent. Well done.
This is where you put up
Crews
the.
of the Third Horizon have learnt a lot from the ancient text they discovered called
The Expanse.
I might evacuate certain important areas of atmosphere at some point. So just
Have we got a compression suit for Hammy? Or have we got a little pressurized?
No, I think Hammy
I think he
is
can go in.
we'll leave
potentially
it, we're not going to depressurize the Arboretum unless somebody puts a bullet through it, of course. In which case, Hammy's fucked.
Hammy. We've got a little pressurized, like hamster cage, capybara
Why don't we put him
box for him to go in?
Whilst this is going on? While it's dangerous, I think it's safest to put him in stasis.
Yeah.
I
Can
love
I
the
get
fact
somebody
that
else
this
to roll another? So it's
totally
taking.
ridiculous thing has become a completely important part of our ship battle procedures. Make sure the capybara is safe.
I'm going to spend a couple of darkness points here.
A couple.
Yeah,
Mm.
just to
That's
tell
right.
you that
Get
He
rid of
spent 5. He spent 5 this evening. That's good.
I spent more than 5. I spent 3 without telling you just now when you spotted the shadow ship.
Okay.
Or
okay.
2. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll count up how many I've got at the end of the adventure. I mentioned the last boy had faded away. You realise that the ash belt has weird sensor readings all around. It's really hard to find your way. Can I get everybody to roll empathy?
Matt,
Street empathy.
would you like to do the honours and roll for me? Because I don't have dice, and I was only going to.
Okay, what is your empathy, John?
My
Because,
empathy, straight empathy is 5.
5.
We get mystic
okay.
powers on top, or just empathy?
Sorry?
We get mystic powers on top, or just empathy?
Well, generally, those people with mystic powers
Get to include it, I think.
get to include it in their empathy rolls.
Okay.
It doesn't
Well,
say in this particular case, but I'm gonna allow that one. So,
Okay, cool.
Havima, what's your mystic power?
7.
So with
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snap.
Does anybody fail? I
Yes.
shall say anybody else
Nope.
except for Havima fail.
I failed.
No, I got 1 success.
Okay. Do you want me, given their mystic powers rolls, Cade and Havima, do you want me to push that roll?
I'm going to push. I wanna
Okay, I'll
fail.
take a darkness point off you.
I failed also.
And I failed again.
Okay.
Yes.
This new
Havima,
guy's really
you
getting
pushing?
into the crew, isn't he? This is a real
Yeah.
The rest of you
Please
can't
push
push if you haven't got a skill.
No.
Yeah, please push.
So has everyone failed apart from me?
I
It
think
looks
so.
like it, yeah.
Well, this is a turn.
You're in charge, Yaqub.
14
Okay,
dice.
Oh shit, we're in trouble now.
Fly us somewhere safe, Tone.
You mutter your prayers to the faceless and keep concentrating on the faceless, who, as you know, is the representative of the darkness between the stars. And you muddle through with 3 successes on your mystic powers.
Excellent.
Cade, you take 2 points of stress. Yaqub, you're fine. Zaki, you take 2 points of stress. Who else failed?
Me.
Yeah, and me.
2 points of stress for the 2 of you as well. So these are mine points on your character sheets.
So -2 and
Yeah.
mine points. Okay.
Yep. That's all right. I can take that. It's fine. I can take it 3 more times, I guess.
Who's on sensors at the moment?
Zaki.
Zaki and Yaqub, I
Zaki.
guess.
Okay. Make another sensor roll. The readings are really confusing.
Poor you.
There are all sorts of magnetic issues and solar issues here in the ash belt. You begin to understand why so many ships have crashed here and been abandoned here and been left here.
Okay.
Poor you too, having to switch between pilot and piloting.
We'll push again.
Oh, Zaki.
A swivel chair on a single track. That goes between
The mind
2
points.
I think I can do it all from the same console.
Okay.
I think it's how it works.
Mine points. So you failed, have you, Zaki, even after pushing? Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't push it.
You didn't. You chose not to push it. Okay.
No, I will.
You may
push
want
it,
to admit to the
Hang on.
captain.
Hang on, I think he's going to push it, Matt.
You're gonna
I'm
push it,
gonna
okay.
push. Yeah.
Okay.
Before you have to admit to the captain something that you don't want to.
something
So
cargo.
the cargo bay is this way, says Zaki.
So when
I'll see myself out.
When I push, does it include also the dice of help that Yaqub assists
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still helping.
And your prayer dice, I guess, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
so-
only if you prayed in the chapel beforehand, which maybe
Yeah.
you should have all done, but I don't remember anybody telling me that's what they were going to do.
Mm-mm.
I think I'm still on the prayer that I had before, which isn't piloting.
The standard 2 successes. Okay, good.
Yeah.
For a moment there, you thought you were lost
Hmm.
and was going to have to tell the captain. Oh, I mean, you're still following the ship, but you've got no idea where Masahir Station is from here. But now that you've got those, after a prayer, you feel maybe you've got a pretty good idea where Masahir Station is.
Hmm.
So feel relaxed.
I'm not sure. I feel relaxed.
No,
Sorry.
that's not the overriding feeling right now, I don't think.
So I think that's enough of a journey. Another 6 hours have gone. Paul, you can make another talisman.
During that 6 hours, Matt, I'm going to go to the Arboretum and pray.
Okay. And who are you praying to?
Whichever one means I can pilot better.
That'll be the gambler.
Let me just check.
No, it's the gambler.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what else it covers.
Oh, what else you might like?
Observation, gambler, and piloting.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and pray to the gambler in the chapel in the Arboretum. So piloting and observation, that's good. I'm good at those.
Okay,
I'm also going to go and pray to the gambler, actually, just in case something goes badly wrong and I end up having to do some piloting. Because I have been learning some piloting, but I'm not a great pilot. I basically learned some just in case it felt like, if Oshian was ever indisposed, it would be useful for me to be able to at least try and get us out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm not a great pilot, but I have just have a bit of skill. So I'm going to pray to the gambler as well in case it comes to that.
Is anybody else making
You can do
a prayer
a
in the
duet
chapel?
prayer, Tone.
I'm going to pray to the mother arm, otherwise known as an aspect of the merchant.
Okay.
Me for the data gen, I can't remember. It was the messenger, I guess, or
Yeah, the messenger, I believe, for Datagen.
I can check.
Havima,
Yeah, to the dancer, I think.
the dancer.
Yeah.
Ghazi,
I last prayed to the gambler, so I'll let that stand, or maybe top up with another quick prayer just for added juice.
okay. So one by one, you
Yeah,
each wander off to the chapel, leaving your stations for a bit, and it's time once again, Zaki, to make another sensor roll.
Okay.
No pressure, Zaki.
I've never seen one person roll so many times in a single session. It normally gets spread out a little bit, but we're all useless apparently.
Well, this one is quite heavily sensor ops in a way that I've not really seen before.
I will pass Zaki another talisman because obviously we don't want to get lost.
It's a good call. Good call.
This is about something different. To be fair, I've only made Zaki do sensor roll for a different thing each time.
Okay. That's fine.
okay. Some improvement. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, for 3 successes, let me tell you a story, Zaki.
Are you sitting?
You can
comfortably?
see that the Pearl Azure has stopped. There are some weird readings around where the Pearl Azure has stopped, but 3 successes, you know exactly the coordinates where the Pearl Azure has stopped. For 3 successes, you can also see that the shadowy vessel that has been following the Pearl Azure is now firing on the Pearl Azure.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh.
And for your 3rd success, you can also now hear a light band, but you're within kind of range, speed of light, emergency beacon from the Pearl Azure. It tells you that it's all automated. It's not particularly capturing anything. It tells you that there are casualties and the Pearl Azure's reactor is disabled. And finally, you can see that the vessel that has been following the Pearl Azure then turns away and disappears off.
Wow.
And this all happens before we have a time to react to any of it.
Yeah.
Thank God it didn't spot us.
We're just not worthy of shooting, I think.
Yeah.
Can we track where the stealth ship's going?
For Zaki's 3 successes, you think it may be taking a slightly roundabout route, Zaki, but it probably was based at and returning to Masahir Station.
Can we detect any identifying details, transponder or anything? We'll be able to tell what the ship is when we get back.
No, it's heavily cloaked.
On the stealth ship.
Not even when it lit up, when it fired the missiles that always happens when a cloaked ship fires. Like in Star Trek.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Star
surely have to
Trek.
decloak to fire weapons.
Yeah,
Surely.
of
Come
course.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone
in
knows
Bab
that.
In Bab 5, there was just still dark.
Yeah, no, there's weird. I mean, the biggest challenge is all your sensor readings around where the vessel is, the Pearl Azure is, are weird. They're just weird. So, given the fact that this has got some sort of cloaking technology on it as well,
Makes it harder.
really hard. So, so no, you haven't had time. And to be honest, I think you're too far away to react. You've been following at the very edge of space, which is why, not very edge of space, at the very edge of range, which is probably why
13.7 billion light years away.
the vessel didn't spot you. But yeah, it will take you some time to get there.
And the Pearl Azure, Pearl Azure is basically dead in the water at the moment.
That is what you would believe, and its emergency signal is saying that.
Okay.
So did it look like it was very much intended as a disabling shot rather than a to take them out? Yeah. I guess maybe we can tell.
I don't think you can work that out. I mean,
Fair enough.
And how
what
the
you
Pearl
can work
Azure
out is the
stopped
ship
before
didn't stay to finish the job.
Yeah, right.
Did the Pearl Azure stop before it was attacked? Had it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should go on a rescue mission.
Rescue. I think we should rescue them.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to open the channel and say, Pearl Azure, this is Najara. We see you're in trouble. Do you need assistance? We are heading in your direction.
Okay. After a few minutes, because still a little bit distant from there, we're talking about probably being a couple of astral units away from the location.
Okay.
These are Coriolis astral units,
Yeah.
so not necessarily scientific ones.
Yeah. Astral unit.
So shut up, Andy.
Astronomic unit.
So shut up.
I like that actually.
so
Astral
it takes a
rather
bit of
than
time.
astronomic.
Yeah.
They're astral units. They're not astronomical units.
Astral
Are they?
Yeah.
Astral
They're
units.
completely
that's
different
what
things.
we're
They're astral
now,
units.
and you're right. Yeah. You've been confusing AU with astronomical units. An entirely different concept. Okay. So you got a reply saying saying,
We are heading towards them as fast as possible.
yeah. Sanjina says, I believe this is Sanjina. I've forgotten her name.
Curry.
Kura.
Hold on. Sajina Curry.
We've all
Sajina Curry.
told you, Matt.
Yeah, Sajina Curry. Yeah, but I was looking in the book. Let me
doesn't
do
like
one thing at a
eggs.
time. Sajina Curry of the Astral Pearl Azure. I
Astral
have
Pearl Azure.
abandoned ship and I am in a shuttle. I'd be very grateful for your assistance.
Are you the only survivor?
I think she might be. She says, we took 2 casualties when the reactor was disabled, and my crew have gone mad. I'm not a great captain, she says. I didn't stay with
That's
the
honest.
ship,
I was just thinking
but I
that
am
myself.
alive. I urge
It's a
you
rental.
not
It's a
to
rental.
approach the anomaly. But I
Okay,
would be
well-
very grateful for your assistance.
We will rendezvous with your shuttle and bring you aboard our cargo deck.
And at 10 o'clock, that is where we
Yeah.
will leave this adventure, or this episode, not the whole adventure.
Yeah.
So we will
Cool.
return in a week's time to do that thing that you've just promised.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Cool.
Good stuff. Good
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
So let's
Yeah,
say goodbye
cheers.
to any audience that are watching,
Stuff. Yeah. Thank you for watching, folks.
Bye.
Hope you
Bye.
enjoyed it.
and I will turn off shortly.
So
When I press end broadcast, which then comes up